Welcome to the crypto live stream. I'm just setting everything up. I have to do a sound check, so let me do that right now. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Welcome to the crypto live stream. So it looks like the sound is working, and we are going to get started. So let's first of all go look at Bookmap and kind of see where all of the liquidity is lying for Bitcoin. If you guys are new, appreciate if you guys hit the like and subscribe or the follow button. If you guys are watching on TikTok, it does help support the channel, as do the likes. You can also join the Telegram group if you guys want to get notified whenever I go live. You can also do that by hitting the YouTube bell notification button. All right, so right now we're in extreme fear on the crypto fear and greed index, sitting at 14. Yesterday we were at 17, and then last week we were sitting at 29, and last month we were sitting at 26. So overall, it's we are in extreme fear. But I think I will be honest, I do think we are going to continue lower. The other thing I do want to look at is Bookmap. Bookmap basically tells you where all of the liquidity lies on Bitcoin. So right now, if you look on the left, you have the weekly time frame. There's more liquidity down at 70,000 than I see really any other place. If you look on the daily time frame, it says 70,000 still, and there's not much above us. So I would be surprised. I know we went down to $73,000 earlier today, but I would be surprised if we did not continue lower on the higher time frames to about into just lower prices. So I'm going to do a top-down analysis on what's going on in the markets. So the daily time frame is trying desperately to get a bounce on the stock RSI off the support at $75,500. You can see the RSI is trying to get the bounce. It is struggling to say the least. The 12-hour time frame, lackluster bounce, if you even call that a bounce. You look at the 8-hour time frame, it just, to me, all these time frames, even the 4-hour time frame was overbought. It's just, I don't see anything bullish right now in the charts. Like, I'm looking, 1-hour time frame is overbought. That's a lower high. Then you look at the 33-minute time frame. This is overbought, and maybe you could make a flag, but to me, this looks more bearish than bullish. The 50-minute time frame, I would say that could be a bull flag, except you're below the 200-day moving average. So at the end of the day, guys, I go down the list of time frames, and it looks most likely to me that we are going to continue lower. The good news is we did get we got a full moon the other day, winter moon or whatever, the snow moon. But at the end of the day, it just looks like we are going to continue lower to the downside. So I look at the 10-minute time frame. Even the 10 minutes below the 200-day moving average for Bitcoin. I look at the 8-minute below the 200. I look at the 7 below the 200. I look at the 6 below the 200. The 5 minutes a hair above it. We'll see if we can stay above it. The 4 minutes above it. The 4 minute looks somewhat promising. You look at the 3 minute and the 2 minute. I mean, I guess below the 6 minute, 5 minute and lower look halfway decent, but I still don't even love the 5 minute. So I'll be honest with you. I'll give you the bullish scenario right now for the smaller time frames, but I will say this. I think we're going to see 70,000 in the next 70 days, if not sooner. There's your next measure move is $78,400. But I still say this. It looks still to me more bearish than bullish. And it just looks to me like we're going to continue lower. By the way, guys, if you guys have requests for altcoins, when I get to them, please let me know and I'll do those requests. Right now, we're getting closer to them. Because to me, Bitcoin is pretty simple right now. It looks like we are going to continue lower. So yeah, but here's your next measure move for Bitcoin on the 3-minute time frame. It looks like, to me, yeah, $78,400 could be in play. So I'll leave this here. We'll see if we eventually hit it. But it looks more bearish than bullish to me, just to say the least. It just does. It looks like we are going to continue lower. Now, again, on the micro small time frames, you can see the bounce eventually to about, maybe, honestly, that's a $2,000 move to the upside. That would help. But the end of the day, it still doesn't look great. Now, I will say this: if you start to get this move, if you start to get this move to the upside, that would, $2,000 bounce, that would get you above some key moving averages on the smaller time frames, like the 15-minute. If that happens, then it could be a lot more bullish. So if you start to get this move to 78.4, that would be awesome, because then that would give you an opportunity to really, the 4-hour could bounce back to 83.8, and that'd be phenomenal. So I would say this: if Bitcoin goes to 78.4, it's likely that we're going to continue to the next resistance at 83.8. But you have to get above this high volume node here on Bitcoin at 78.7. If you get above 78.7, that's when you can really, in my opinion, gap up to at least 82.7, if not the resistance at 83.8. So that's kind of what I see going on. You need the 3-minute to get busy and get a move to the upside, or it's just going to continue lower. So that's my update, guys. If this, then that. If you see a move above 78.4, I can see a move eventually, if I go back to the 4-hour time frame, eventually to this resistance at almost $84,000. So if we just roll over here on the 3-minute, back down to 75.5 or lower, then eventually, if you lose 75.5, I see 70,000 coming sooner than later. If you get above 78.4, then you can look for 84K, I should say. So those are the two scenarios, and you could wait to long until you get about 78.4, and you could wait to short until you lose 75.5. And I guess if you did that, you'd be in a no trade zone. And honestly, that's not always a bad thing. So that's my update, guys, on the markets. I'll leave it at that. If this, then that. I gave you the two scenarios. And if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know and I'll look at them. But that's pretty much Bitcoin in a nutshell. That's pretty much what I see going on. For Bitcoin. Atom getting a very small pump to the upside. You're up 3%. Nothing to write home about. Something to, it's interesting. It's interesting. You're above the 10-minute 200, whereas Bitcoin is not. You're above the 50-minute 200-day moving average on Atom. I don't talk about this very often. And are you above where's the 33-minute? You're above the half-hour time frame on the 200-day moving average, and you're about to. So really, the next target for Atom, I could see Atom pumping tonight if Bitcoin gets the move to at least 221. That'd be another 3 or 4%. I will say this. That's also resistance. I will say this. I'm long on Atom. I did just enter, but I'm long on Atom to 220. I'm looking for us to go to the 2-hour, 200-day moving average. So that's why. So my take profit is 221.5. So that's the trade I'm in right now. I'm still in this massive. Let me show you. I'm still in this massive long on Bitcoin. And my bot did, I'm on the 10-minute time frame. You can see about February 1st, around 10 p.m. Central Time, it bought more. So now my average price on Bitcoin is 83.4, and my sell price is 84.632. So that's what we got going on. They bought another $2,847 of Bitcoin right here. And that's what we did. So now I'm looking to sell at 84.632. So that's the latest update on the bot. Yeah. Beyond that, those are the two trades I'm in right now. Now I just switched to this random altcoin LSK. I have no clue what this is. But anyways, that's smaller time frames. This scam coin look horrible. If you guys have requests for anything, let me know, and I'll look at that. 4-hour time frame on silver. I'm just looking at this right now. It looks like that's a lower high, and that's going to roll over. I'm just going to put that out there. I also forgot I'm short on SUI as well. But that's also a bear flag on SUI now in the 4-hour time frame. So, this is shaping up to be like another leg down, and I've been short on this for me. I've probably been short on SUI for a week now. So I will say this: I see SUI continuing lower below today. Wow, that's 57 cents would be the target. So, and then I zoom back out on the daily time frame for SUI, and I'm still targeting this macro low at 56 cents, 51 cents, whatever. So, 58 cents, 60 cents isn't crazy. I think we're going to see a 60-cent SUI in the next 1 to 2 months at the latest. So, that's just my update. This is not financial advice. This is just what I see going on in the markets. I think you're going to take out this wick low down here, and I'll leave it at that. Orders kind of just going sideways today, in my opinion. Nothing to write home about on order. I don't think, at least. Hype. As far as hype is concerned, I don't think many people look at hype. Hype is above the 4 hour 200. That's interesting. But yeah. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it on TikTok. We're also live on YouTube, so if you guys want to go check us out on YouTube, feel free to do that. I don't know why no one watches us on YouTube anymore. XMR, that's the one that has absolutely dumped, and now you're well below the 4 hour 200. So wow, that's gonna be another lower high probably on XMR. Probably not quite yet, but eventually. Um, I'm just trying to go through all these coins and see if I see anything interesting for like a good trade. And I'll be honest with you, I don't. And it seems like whenever Bitcoin dominance has gone above 60%, you've gotten a major rejection in the entire market. So that's interesting as well. Let me go back to the 3-minute time frame, see how we're doing on that long. How come my long is gone now? What happened to that? I had a long. That's interesting. It doesn't look like it's doing very well, though. I will say that. I don't know what happened to all my lines. I'm just gonna refresh the page because what's going on? I had stuff drawn and now it's gone, and I don't quite know why. That looks like it's gonna roll over, though. It looks like Bitcoin's already gonna lose the 3-minute 200, and it's gonna collapse. I don't know what to tell you. It looks bad. It looks like we're gonna roll over here on Bitcoin. And 70,000, guys, if you want to do a swing trade, looks like the most likely scenario. So if Bitcoin loses 75.5, it's very, 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 very bearish in my humble opinion. We'll see what happens, but that's just my thoughts. So I can go back to the 3-minute time frame. I don't know what happened to my other chart, but this is wet. To me, this is pretty bad price action. Yeah, I see a move coming to 78.150, 78.4. That seems like the most likely scenario to me. But we'll see what happens. So I'm not very confident at all that we're going to see this move to the upside here on Bitcoin. But if you get above, even my VRVP is really weird right now. Like, I don't know what's going on. Why does it look like that? Interesting. So here's my thing I just drew. I don't know why it's a different chart. Um, but if Bitcoin gets above, I'm just waiting for it to load here. If Bitcoin can crack 78.5, 78.5, I would be pretty bullish on Bitcoin. Until that happens, I'm not that bullish on Bitcoin. I guess you are still filling the flag out that I just drew a few minutes ago. I don't know why these charts are different. I'm not sure I follow because they're both whatever. It doesn't matter. So anyways. That's kind of what I'd be targeting on Bitcoin is 78,150, 78.4, 78.5, and that anything about 78K is really the target for Bitcoin short term, but you need to see the bounce, and right now it's struggling to say the least. So that's kind of where I leave you on Bitcoin. That's my update. I just want to come on here, do a quick stream, but that's what I see going on for Bitcoin right now. If you guys have requests, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on Saturday night for the next live stream. It just looks like Bitcoin's going to get more downside. Maybe very short term you get a bounce, but at the end of the day, it looks like to me you are going to get more downside than anything on Bitcoin. Benjamin Cohen just went live, so that means that Bitcoin's obviously not doing very well. So, on Saturday right now, I am going to have to go live earlier in the day. I will plan on going live Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time. So, yeah, I'll see you guys 3 p.m. Central Time on Saturday. I will write that down so I don't forget that I switched the time. In fact, if you guys join the Telegram group, I'll make a live stream at that time. But that's kind of my plan right now. I'll see you guys 3 p.m. Central Time on Saturday for the next one. Right now, it looks like Bitcoin's going to roll over. This is horrific price action. It just is. So that's my update, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great night. Adios, and get some sleep. It's been a bad day for crypto. Adios. Once upon a time, I ended the stream. Adios, guys.